Hi everyone, this is part 5 of the Eileen Duran notes, kind of the report that I had done, and me going through the next stage. So I was on page 3 in part 4, and I still have to finish that off and move on. So there's lots more interesting topics that I'm going to cover that I haven't already talked about. So here we go, let's jump right in. Before jumping right in though, click the subscribe button if you're interested in these kind of detox specialist films that I'm doing, and press the like so that I go higher up the ranking, and comment if you're going through detox yourself and what I'm talking to relates to you, and then we can have a chat about that in the comments below. Just to so that you know where I'm at, I'm actually having a day off, and that's why I have time to film. I do feel emotionally kind of vulnerable, and I've had lots of difficulties with that side of things lately, and I think that's all part of the detox and me finding new areas of pain, which I'm now realising pain is like a physical noticing of something that's coming up emotionally, and what's the emotion behind that pain. So I've kind of been working with that a lot, and I'd say that, yeah, it's pretty tough going, but I feel like already I'm able to notice more easily what that emotion is that's connected with that pain. And I think the more I do it, the more the process will become easier in time, and that I'll be able to delve in more quickly and kind of take notice and be able to release that emotion more easily. So anyway, going back to the notes, I was talking about genetic things in the previous film, and now I'm going to talk about the chest pain that I was experiencing. And Eileen Duran, the detox specialist, said that that was relating to my adrenal glands being weak. And so I've got to boost my adrenal glands using the herbs and the fruit detox to strengthen those back up, so then I won't get the chest pain anymore. She said that I have nerve rings on both eyes going around all the way around, and that will be one of the reasons why I'm having breathing difficulties. And so the lung area of my body is crossed over by the nerve rings, so that's why I'm getting that symptom. Okay. Sorry, I can't explain everything in great detail. I'm not a detox specialist. I'm just literally talking over what she saw in the Iridology Report, and what I noted down, and what I need to work on, basically. So yeah, so I'm not getting enough oxygen because of that. And so my adrenals have to work much harder to pump the oxygen around my body. Or my adrenals then, another way of putting it is that my adrenals have to work harder to make sure that my heart pumps the right amount of beats per minute to get the right amount of oxygen to all parts of my body. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense. Now, we talked about this months ago now with Eileen Duran, but only just Tuesday evening I finished my first week off herbs, and she said that I need to do that every month. So have 4 weeks on herbs, 1 week off herbs. And actually it was a really interesting experiment, I suppose, for me, because I'd never done it before. And that week off herbs was not as bad as I thought it would be. So I feel like having that time off really showed how much progress I've made, and how much less pain that I'm in without the herbs. So that's brilliant. It shows that I've already done so much progress in my body in lots of different ways on all different levels. So yeah, the herbs, after a while, your body gets used to taking them or to having them in your body, and might become less, what's the word? Efficace. I always have that French word in my mind. It's a really good word. Will become less effective over time. Your body gets used to it. So you need to have that time off so that when you come back after the week, those herbs are working to their strongest benefit, their strongest power that they can have in your system. I've written the word consistency. Support the herbs, or the herbs support you. I don't quite know what I meant by that now because it was so long ago, but she said go by feel. So maybe I might feel after a time that the herbs are doing less, and that's when I need to take time off. So yeah, I guess I did feel a little bit like they weren't doing as much. So that's why I thought, okay, I really need to go for this. And someone reminded me that I need to do that. And I thought, okay, I haven't done that yet. I need to just not worry about what the effects might be or the symptoms that might come back, and just go for it. Just take that time off from the herbs and just do it. So I did. Page 4. Yeah. So we talked about how I have a lot of old waste in my colon and my digestive system, and how nature obviously naturally breaks down waste, and but that waste the bad bacteria thrives on, and the bad bacteria loves that. So if you can kind of clean out your GI tract, your colon, your digestive system, then the bad bacteria won't have anything to thrive off anymore. And so they will diminish. And in time, the Lyme's disease and all the other bad bacterias won't be able to grow and multiply. So then that will just slowly just diminish, go down and down, and come out of your system. And then I'm hoping that my immune system will be able to then just be strong enough to then cope with the bad bacteria, or the levels that I have of bacteria in my body, the good and the bad, so much so that I won't have any symptoms left anymore, because that balance will be gained, that balance will be regained, and that I will feel well. I won't feel ill anymore. I will feel vibrant and working top notch, basically. Can't wait for that. So yeah, we were talking about the Lyme's a bit more, and how the body is still congested. As long as you feel the symptoms of Lyme's, you are congested in your body. You still have acidosis. You still have a lot of junk basically to get rid of. For me, I've got a lot in my head, a lot in my face, a lot in my heart, a lot in my lungs. I can really feel it in my reproductive system and my kidneys. And that shows up at different times. It just kind of comes and goes, depending what I'm going through emotionally as well. So I have to clean up my body big time. I'm not just getting rid of Lyme's here, I'm getting rid of long-term congestion, long-term acidosis that I've had from since before I was born even. So I'm not just healing Lyme's, I'm healing a whole lifetime of congestion and build-up. Talking about my right eye, I've got the most amount of drug deposits. And actually, since doing the healing that I've already done and working with the fruit and working with the herbs, I have already noticed, I don't know if you can see, it's not a very bright day today in here, but I've got down the bottom on this side, I've got some big dark splotches. But actually, when I looked in a mirror with a bright light, I noticed that already those dark splotches are becoming less dark, and the kind of, when I compared it to the iridology photographs that I took at the beginning of this process, there were more dark areas around those splotches that have now gone, basically, and it's lightening up those areas, and patches are becoming smaller. So I know that what I'm doing is working, and what I'm doing is really benefiting my physical body, my mental body, all the different levels. So yeah, the drug deposits are really noticeable in that right eye. In the left eye, I had a bit more blue/green colour coming through. So you won't be able to see it here because I haven't got good enough camera, but in the lines that go round the nerve rings, you can see the bluish green behind. So all the congestion is the brown and the dark colour that you can see as me having brown eyes, but actually I should have blue eyes. And yeah, so I've got more blue showing through in this side, in the left eye. So she talked about also replacing composites. So the composites she talks about are the amalgam fillings that I have. I've got so much in my mouth. I'll show you quickly now. I think some in the bottom are white, so you won't be able to notice. I've got some back there. And yeah, I've basically at the top here, I've got an awful lot, and then maybe a little bit less at the bottom. But she said that I need to replace those fillings because otherwise I will continue to have basically toxic heavy metal buildup, which sits down low in your digestive system and creates like pockets that are basically really toxic. And also those toxic areas of heavy metals are really amazing food for things like Lyme's disease and the bad bacteria to feed off. It's like amazing food for them to eat and to keep on growing and multiplying. So we need to get rid of that. So I need to save money and get rid of all that silver filling that's in my mouth, the amalgam fillings. She said that it takes a lot of work to heal the damage that's made with heavy metals, and it takes a long time to heal that. So basically I need to get going with this. She said that make sure you use a dentist that really knows what they're doing when they're replacing the silver fillings with white fillings, and oh, the white ones are called composites. I think that's where I've got it wrong. So the composites are white. So I've got to replace the white with the silver with the composites. Sorry, I'm really not with it today. And that, for example, you need to wear a mask here. Or is it over just the nose? Because I guess they're going to be dealing with your mouth. Your mouth's going to be open, but you need a mask over your nose so you don't breathe in when they drill. And so you're not taking in a kind of gas form that heavy metal. And also it's really important that you don't swallow any of the little bits. And so your dentist has to make sure that you know, they go about that in a really good fashion, because otherwise you can have some really bad side effects from that. Quickly, is there anything more to add to that? So this will be, so the metal will be really affecting my glands, and if I want my glands to heal fully, then I have to get rid of this heavy metal detoxification or toxification. So yeah, they basically block your glands over time, and I've had these for years, absolute years. So that's probably why I'm now feeling ill, and haven't been so much in the past, because it's just building up so much that my glands can't help but show me what is going on, with this and that I have to deal with it and do something about it. So I've spoken for 15 minutes, that's gone really fast. I'm now halfway down page 4, I've still got more pages to do, so I'll do that on part 6 and 7 onwards. So don't forget to subscribe if this kind of aspect of healing is interesting for you. You can see that I've got a lot more to come, and my healing is changing all the time. I'm seeing an osteopath and I've learnt so much more about healing, and I will talk about that in future films. It's really, really interesting, and I think all of you should know about it. And yeah, don't forget to press the like buttons, they really help me get higher up the rankings, and comment with anything you have relating to detoxing and fruit and herbs, and I will comment back to you. And yeah, I comment back to all of my comments. At the moment I'm able to do that because I don't have too many subscribers, but yeah, when I get to thousands and thousands, maybe, you know, I won't have the time for all of you, but at the moment I do. So I'm here for you, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.